All right, bet. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Friday weekly recap where we go over some past plays and past plans you guys could have or could have not gotten to for the week. All right, we're gonna go over some, sells and buys. And of course, if you got any questions, comments, concerns about any other pair, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Yada yada yada. All right, let's get it. EUR USD. Actually, do we want to start with AU? Anyways, actually, the first thing I want to do, guys, is actually show you USD actually getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker week by week. April's supposed to be a big week for USD, tanking, and JPY is gonna get a little strong. So let's just look up USD JPY and see the shift. All right. Obviously, from the beginning of the year, it did. USD was kind of strong, was very strong actually. Pulled a lot of pairs down, and pulled JPY up, USD JPY up. So this is the way I check, between USD and JPY because I trade those two pairs. I mean, two currencies pretty significantly. As you can see, I have AD, USD, EU, GJ, GU, CJ. Everything has USD and JPY containing those two currencies. So the way I want to, see if which one is better to actually trade for the week, or the day or whatever. I do my relative strength index. I do my relative strength test first. So I'm looking to see if USD is stronger relative to JPY. Obviously, from the beginning of the year. I mean, not even beginning of the year. Let me want 4 hour. I'm on 15 minutes. That's why I was confused. From February, like all the way from January, USD was strong. As you can see, you can tell USD was very strong, strong. Now, once you get to April, end of March, beginning of April, it's starting to shift. So JPY is getting strong and USD is getting weak. So, it's not, it is a big deal. If you guys are trading USD only, it's going to be a good buys coming in for all USD pairs. So just be on the lookout for that. And then JPY is obviously getting stronger, so you might want to shift your trades over to USD pairs, like I did. I just added AUD USD and NZD USD to my arsenal, so I'm shying away from JPY pairs, but not really looking away from it. Does that make sense? I'm just putting more USD pairs than JPY pairs than I normally do. All right. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that real quick so we can get into actual pairs that you guys could have traded throughout the week. So let's just start with EU or USD. I didn't really get a chance. I didn't really trade AUD USD yet. I'm waiting for a good setup because I'm not really too concerned about it. But anyways, what was the day the week started? Check my calendar real quick. All right, the 5th. Oh yeah, I remember what the week started. This is the misplay. So the week started all the way down here. All right. Obviously, we was a little bearish coming off this, Good Friday and Easter. So USD, like everything wasn't really moving for real. So it came off this, resistance point right here. The last resistance that I showed you guys last week was going to be a big, big question mark. If it does, break this on Friday, we would have been clean for that, this up that it happened, a few days later. But Good Friday didn't really, nothing was open on Good Friday. Stock market was closed, banks was closed, so there was really nothing to actually trade. So you guys should have stayed away from those trades, stayed away from any trades actually. And if you guys have any positions that were still going, either you close it out or put it at break even. Because as you can see, I think I had a trade all the way down here, somewhere around here, last week. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, it's Good Friday. Let me just close all my trades, just reset for the week. So I did that. So now, like the first day of the week, right, it didn't really give me any chance to actually get into the trade. I mean, this would have, that's a lower low. So we don't buy lower lows. But if you was a seller, you would have definitely bought this right here, this resistance right there. I mean, you would have sold it right there. But what I was looking for technically on EUR USD was a nice, if it dropped, all right, cool. But I was looking for this, either a double bottom, or if it did drop like I did over here, I was looking for this, a bigger structure like this. Nice higher high, higher low, maybe come off this right here. Higher high, higher low right there. Nice wick. Continue going up. So for some reason, like USD could not wait to get weak that day. So it just, ripped through all the challenges that I had marked up, and I was kind of pissed about it. But it's all good. It was 50 pips, that I missed. It's all good. I eventually got in right here. And then if you guys were actually looking at EUR USD for the week too, you guys could have got an entry right here, right here, right here, and somewhere around here as well. Even though it didn't touch the major level, it still had a lot of wicks above the your buy price. So you could have got that entry right there if you wanted to. But nonetheless, there was a lot of support right here. So any of these trades would have been fine. I just was a very aggressive on it because I knew EUR USD was bound to shoot up eventually. So I just had a high low right here on the hour. This should have a nice wick. That's what I base my trade off of. So anytime anytime it just like intertwines with the major level on my selling price or buy price, I look at the hour or a higher time frame to see if it wicks. If you give me a nice wick, then obviously I'm gonna enter, and I entered there, and I'm still holding this trade right here. All right. The reason I have this rectangular box above these wicks right here is because this is a clear resistance, so this could potentially be another buy zone. That's what I do every time I make a new high or low. I'm in a new higher high. I do a little rectangular box around it just to signify that it could be another buy zone. So this could have been like this, and then continue up. But obviously, if strength is like very strong, if EUR is very strong and USD is very weak, then it's just gonna fly up. It's not really gonna give you a lot of chances. So that's why you gotta be kind of aggressive if you guys do see EUR USD. I mean EUR very strong and USD very weak. Gotta be very aggressive because it's just gonna fly like this. So excuse me, it's gonna fly like this. So just be very aggressive with it. But also be smart with it. So don't do nothing stupid. If you guys do miss a trade, just wait for your next chance to get in. Like if you miss a trade over here, and you see it just fly up, you should have no business even entering over here. No business doing that unless it was like over here. Okay, that would have been cool, but that's still aggressive too. So just be patient. At the same time, be aggressive. Know what you're doing. Know how to get into trades when trades are actually strong, and then you should be fine. All right. So it didn't really retest its mid level, so it just shot right through it. Like I said, strong. EUR was very strong. USD was very weak, but it created a support over here. So this support was very important this whole week because I was actually had a stop loss right under it. But let's just review this real quick. So I made a new high, higher low, higher high, double top kind of, and then it came down. So this is the first point of support right here. Came up again, a lot of wicks, boom, 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 a lot of wicks. So I immediately marked this up as a support, and I just dragged it all the way across because I knew it was gonna be very important in the future. All right. So it did a nice push up, made a new higher low. I drew this rectangular box as well because there's two big ass wicks around this area, and then I just drew it across again because I had the same assumption that it's going to be very important in the future, like it was right here. All right. So like I said, every higher high I do a little rectangular box. Every higher low I'll do a little rectangular box as well just to check my trade. Oh wait, because it could be a fighter from right here. I'll just get that. I'll get to it in a bit. All right. But anyways, high, low. Not so much get into right here. Maybe it's a fib. Let's see. But I wouldn't really recommend it because you're close to the resistance point. But it is a 618 retracement. So, if you wanted to get into that trade, you can. And stop us under this support, that would have been a fine trade. So, anyways, high, low. If you were attacking this 1900 level, you wanted a nice higher high, which it did, and then create a higher low. It just tanked. It didn't. This is called a fake out. So it went up and it came right back down. So you would really have to be patient with this one. It didn't really give you a nice wick, so it just had two big candles going up and down. So it just came all the way back down. All right. And then as you can see, support. So this is even more assumption that all right, cool. This is going to be very important in the near future. This could be a possible entry. All right, so that's why we do these things. That's why we make these extra markups just to have a clear vision of what's going on the chart. All right. So yeah, once you get the support right here, not really a clear entry. I mean, if you guys were aggressive, like I said, you would have got into it. But the better entry would have been all the way up here at 1900. So you would have waited for nice higher highs, higher lows, higher low. If you take a shot here, cool. Your stop loss would have been under here or under here. Either way, like it can't be, nowhere in here because all you see is this mess. Like obviously, you would have got knocked out. All right. So right here would have been fine. Good entry right there. And went up for a bit. As you can see, I drew a little rectangular box around it again. You got to see two wicks. and then it's a new high. All right. Came down for a higher low, came up for another. I mean, it came up for a lower high. So that's kind of the first, that's kind of the first how do I say it, concern with this trade, because it's supposed to make higher highs and higher lows, not higher high, higher low, lower high. That's not what we're doing. So you can either leave your trade in or put yourself at break even. I wouldn't really put myself at break even if I entered here, because it didn't even go up 50 pips. So I would just wait for it to go 50 pips at least, or I just save. I just hold it until it actually hits stop loss. So if I did enter here, my stop loss would have been all the way down here, because the way I look at it is like, if I have my stop loss here, this is like too close for me. So I might as well have that at the last resort, just in case. As you can see, it did save us right here. So wick, 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 wick. Another wick right here, not even touching this, area right here. So, if you had your stop loss under here, you would have been straight. Even if you had your stop loss under here, you would have. It's a good stop loss too. But the way I look at it, it's too close. So I just put it at the last resort, and then as you can see, it just flew up. So now where we're at right now, we can get a little fighter front run if it does end up in our if it does end up like what we want. So right here, made a high, high low. Now it finally broke through that 1900 again. Now we're looking a little better than these previous opportunities. So I made a nice higher high, higher low. So now what it's doing is retesting this 1900 level off the break. So hopefully it comes back down, give us a nice wick. I might as well just put a little alert here. So we're looking for a nice wick off this major level, maybe closer to 5 o'clock once it does end. Once the market closes and everything, it can have a little wick right here or multiple wicks right here, and we can get into it for the fighter front run for the next week coming up, for the month, not even the month, the week that's gonna come up right now. So so be on the lookout for that. If it does happen on the session, I'm gonna tell y'all, look for it, hop in if you want to. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the higher low to actually wick off. This is like a backwards wick, so I don't really like it. Plus the 5 and 8 is crossed. So this is what I mean by being patient. Like, wait for all your confirmation to, collide with each other. So me, for my confirmations, I need a higher high, higher low on top of support. So I got a higher high, higher low on top of support. I need a nice wick off that support. I didn't get that yet. So, and I need the 5-8 to actually cross up. So like this, I need a blue over the red. All right, that's not really the main thing I want. If the blue over, if the red is over the blue, but it give me a nice wick, I'm probably gonna still enter, because eventually it's gonna follow up. But right now it's not really looking too good, because it's hitting off the 8, it's wicking backwards, and I want it to wick off the major level, not towards it. If that makes sense. All right, so just be on the lookout for that as we go on through this session, and obviously when I hop on this session, just having a little alert there. If you do wish to enter, cool. I would advise you guys to put your stop loss under here. You guys can put it under here, but like I said, this is the last resort, so I'd rather just put it under here. 18,600 will be a nice stop loss. It's going to be a big stop loss, I think 40 pips. Yeah, 45 pips, but cut down the lot size, do what you have to do, or just wait for the next, next try. Completely up to you, but I'm gonna take my shot. Like, I already took my shot. I was aggressive over here. And then it came down, and I had my stop loss all the way here, so I'm still safe. Like, I'm still good. Like, I don't really have to enter it again if I don't want to. But yeah, this support saved me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, anytime you see two clear supports close to each other, just put it in the last resort, because it's always gonna save you at the end. As you can see, just demolished the first one, and then the second one just had a big respect on it. So just a little tip for you guys. But yeah, that's enough for EURUSD. I'm gonna get into more entries on Sunday for my pre-market setup. If anybody have any questions, just let me know so I can move on. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on this. I do want another entry here, so you shall see. And probably targeting, like, this whole week I wanted 2,000 to hit. Just kept messing around over here. So 2,000, obviously clear resistance. When I look for TPs, I look for like long-term or mid-term TPs. I look on a higher time frame, and I look for a clear resistance. So a big push down, gigantic wicks, all that. It's pretty obvious to you guys too. So right here is probably going to be a challenge right here. So I might take my profit a little early, like 10 pips early. If not, if I like the strength on it, I'm gonna probably leave it to 2,000. But it depends on how I feel. But yeah, I'm definitely eyeing 2000 as a TP, and then taking all my trades out and then resetting. So hopefully it gives me a high, low, so I can target 22000 now. All right. But yeah, that's a little bit of my TP plan. Going into next week, hopefully, and then yeah, all right, cool. So I'm gonna move on to GJ. Actually, I don't even want to do GPY pairs because they suck. Like they're sucking right now. As you see, sells all over the place. But if anybody's a seller, I'm probably gonna. I just do a couple examples for sales that you guys would look for actually, because GPV, JPY did give you nice sales anyway. So might as well, even though I'm not a seller. So the tank started up here. So I wouldn't really suggest you guys actually hop in right here because this is a start. Like even though it's consolidating at a not even a clear resistance because this is a regular mid level, but you would want to wait for a lower low, lower high situation. So right here would have been a nice entry right there. As you can see, I still have some buy zones that I would like to get into, but these are your lower lows. As you can see, hit off your lower low right there, lower high, boom, entry right there. Lower low, lower high somewhere around here. Not a really an entry. If it did wick under this, it would have been, clean for that entry as well. Tank, 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 tank. You would have looked for another entry right here. So expecting a lower low, lower high. But like I said, this is a vice versa for GBP, JPY. If GBP is very weak and JPY is very strong, obviously it's going to come down with force. So that's why I said do your relative strength index before you actually trade. Look at the strength meter. Do your strength exercises before you actually get into trades because you can diversify your trades and you can pick and choose what trades you really want to get into for the best results possible. All right. So if you guys have any questions about strength indexes and actually doing the strength practices and exercises, let me know in the comments and I'll just do one real quick. But if not, I'll just probably make another video about it in the video section and on the app. All right. I'm actually supposed to do that shit this weekend, this week or this weekend. All right. So just be on the lookout for that. There's gonna be a lot of extra videos out for you guys. So just be on the lookout. But yeah, so like I was saying, GBP JPY entry right there, entry right, not an entry right there, but it was under this resistance right here. That would have been cool. And then another entry right here, but unfortunately, it didn't even give you that lower low, lower high. It just tanked. If you was in here already, clean 100 pips in about what? In about 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, that's fast. That's crazy. That's like when you're sleeping. So what is it? What time is this? Like 5 o'clock till 11. All right, cool. That's fine. And obviously, as long as it's making lower lows and lower highs, you will always want to sell the lower highs under resistance. All right. So it didn't quite make a lower. It did make a lower high, but it didn't quite touch the 152 level. So if you guys wanted to enter this, you would have to wait over here. And then like I always say on the 15-minute chart, if it intertwines, just hop on an hour and see if it's a nice wick. All right. If it's a nice wick, enter your trade. And then put your stop loss about like you would normally put your stop loss for the lower high, but there's no clear lower highs except for this one. But I would just put my stop loss like 152 or 15200, either 20 pips or 10 pips, depending on how I'm feeling. But if I see something like this and there's no clear lower highs, like this is like the clearest it can get, but like at the same time, I'm not really feeling it. So there's no wicks. It's just like I don't know, just there. So I don't know how to really explain it, but if I don't see a clear wick, like clear resistance where I can draw a box around it, because right here I can't really draw a box around it, so I can't really say that's going to be a clear resistance if that makes sense. All right. So I'm just looking for a clear resistance to make I'm looking for clear resistance so I can put my stop loss above it. If not, if it's like this or there's like nothing near it, it's gonna probably be 10 to 20 pips. All right. And then we just keep going down. There's no entry right here on the mid level again because GBP was very weak and JPY was very strong. Came up again, lower low, lower high. This would have been a nice entry, a nice doji right there. Right before London comes down again, and they give you multiple chances. Like this is a gift right here because GBP JPY does not give anybody no chances to get into anything. Buys, sells, nothing. Like so, you guys better be vigilant. If you GBP JPY is your favorite pair, you guys better be vigilant and attentive to these trades because they will leave without you. They don't care. So they give you mad chances right here. Chance, 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 chance. This was iffy, but any of these would have been fine. And as you can see, tanked. What time is it? Probably a market open. How much you want to bet? 3 o'clock. Right at 3 o'clock, tanked. So market opens are very important, guys. Like I said, like Friday front runs are very important because Sunday is gonna carry it out. It's gonna be like the front run for the week. So just be very very mindful of these market opens as well. Because 3 o'clock London session, as soon as it hit resistance, boom, it's gone for me. And it's over the chart too. So after this live going back test, throughout the weekend going back test and see these different market opens, like 3 o'clock market open for London, 8 o'clock market open for New York, even Asia session. I think Asia session 7 p.m., 7 or 8 p.m. Asia session, and then the Sunday market opens at 5 o'clock, obviously. So just go back and check, double check those market opens, and then see, how often they have on these trades because they're very powerful. But yeah, like I was saying, lower low, lower high. It's kind of above the mid level, kind of playing as a support, kind of, but still a lower high. I won't really get into this trade at all because it's above a support, and I don't really like that. I want it under a resistance. So, like I said, always ask yourself if you're a seller, am I making a lower low? Am I making lower lows and lower highs? Am I about to sell a lower high under resistance? Is everything confluent with everything? Like, is my 5-8 crosses down? Is the red over the blue? Am I wicking under the resistance? Things like that. All right, that gives you the most confidence to actually enter the trade. All right, don't be too quick to enter trade because they will mess you up. All right, so just be relaxed, be patient, and also just know what you're doing. If you guys need help, obviously ask me, ask your beginners coach, and then we can get some extra practice in. All right, we don't know if you don't tell us. All right, and obviously right here was a ton of support. Actually thought it was gonna keep going up at this point, but like I said, GBP is still weak. Even though it did like a little recovery, you could say. It still came down. It's still looking to come down as well. So just be on the lookout for that for the next week, I guess. Um, yeah, if you're planning to sell this next week, excuse me, if you're planning to sell this for today, going into next week, you will need a lower low, lower high, which is doing right now, under this resistance. And then for the week coming up, maybe on Sunday and Monday, you're looking for that low low to happen again, and then lower high, and then take it down. I will reiterate this on my pre-market setup on Sunday. That's what you're looking for currently. All right, let's go to another GBP. Let's go to another USD pair. All right. So GBP, like I said, is weak. So 2 weak currencies is not really a good thing. It's not really going to move. And obviously, if one is weaker than the other, it's going to pull it down. So GBP USD is not really my go-to right now for buys. As you can see, it just keeps pulling down, pulling down, pulling down. So I'm probably going to skip this. I already went over sells for GJ. I just want to do straight buys. But if you guys have any questions on GU, just let me know real quick. I'll give you like a minute or something. Just let me know. I'll go back to it if you guys have any questions on it. But I'm gonna move on to not CAD, not NJ. I think we're done, to be honest. That's all I traded. I only traded EU all week. That's crazy. I tried GU. I did try to get into AU, but it didn't really work out. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. So EUR USD was pretty much the best bet because it was just stronger than everybody. All right. So with that being said, if you guys have any questions, hit me up on the app, DM me, get a hold of me. I'll be on my phone. Like I'm on my phone all the time. So just let me know if you guys need help. I'll start what I'm doing to help you out. All right. But yeah, be safe, guys. Study up this weekend, obviously, like every week, and get ready for the week coming up. All right. I'm gonna see you guys back in the app and see you guys back in your classes on starting the next week. All right. So be safe, study up, and yeah, see you next week. I'll actually see you Sunday. All right. Deuces.